Drama castle, welcome home. Snakes in the moat, boom, Ray, I choose violence. Yeah, no time for silence. They wish I'd stay quiet. Diet. Fake friends, step aside. Real ones only for this ride. Welcome to the drama castle. Queen ain't no hassle. They wish I would be silent. Ray, I choose violence. My drama castle. I'll be fine. Haters want me muted straight up. Ain't happening, what's up? Crown too heavy, let it drop. My kingdom don't stop. No one tells me nothing. Coming. Welcome to the drama castle. Queen ain't no hassle. They wish I would be silent. Ray, I choose violence. My drama castle. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Haters want me muted straight up. Ain't happening, what's up? Crown too heavy, let it drop. My kingdom don't stop. No one tells me nothing. Coming. Welcome to the drama castle. Queen ain't no hassle. They wish I would be silent. Ray, I choose violence. My drama castle. I'll be fine. 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 I am your drama queen, and welcome to the drama castle. Overheard them mention hater, not a pretty word like moist or moisture. Wanna quit, but you know I'm a soldier. Try to get me out, you know it's game over. Say it's toxic, chaotic, unhealthy. Always play my cards right, don't test me. I'm not here to play nice, no I can't be. And if you're trying to stop me, that's a guarantee. Too many people try to get me out, and it worked for a second, but I'm back now, better than ever. Welcome to the drama castle. I am your drama queen, and welcome to the drama castle. You try to stop me, but you can't. Too many people try to stop me, but you can't. You can't.
All right. Let's get this crap off the screen. Okay, so I have been waiting for this story to develop so we can get like updates, because I didn't just want to jump on it like everybody else has been jumping on it. So now we have some updates enough where I can give my 2 cents. So at this point, if y'all have not, shut up, Dusty. I'm trying to do a show. Lazy. Y'all lazy. Shocked I'm the first. There was like 5 people and then it dropped, but it's whatever. I don't do this for the views. Y'all know this. Y'all know I don't do this for the views. As if I got one person that watches this, I'm happy. But anyways, so at this point, especially if you're like watching this on the replay, you're looking for videos about it, and you come across this channel, which I don't know why anybody comes across my channel, but you do. Y'all have already kind of seen a little bit about this Tylor Chase situation. For those of you who don't know, Tylor Chase was on the hit Nickelodeon show, and I call it a hit because it was a hit, Ned's Declassified School Survivor Guide. If you have not seen that show, I don't know how you missed that classic. It was a really great show about a bunch of kids in school just going through school life. It was very funny. It was one of Dan Schneider's many hit shows on Nickelodeon. Thankfully, Ned's Declassified apparently did not experience Dan Schneider's shenanigans. If you guys haven't seen Quiet on the Set, definitely encourage you guys to watch Quiet on the Set. So basically Taylor was part of the cast. I forgot his character's name, it's been a while, but his character was cute, adorable, funny moments. The thing about this situation, by the way, the situation is recently somebody posted a video of him out on the streets looking pretty rough, homeless, and it went viral. What followed that is the internet obviously doing what the internet does, showing concern. I feel like some of it was concern trolling, but we're going to get to that. But basically, we see Tyler is not good. Clearly, if anyone is familiar with what somebody who looks like they're on drugs, drug addicts look like, he definitely is on some drugs. So as far as the internet was concerned at first glance, we have a former Nickelodeon celebrity or star. I won't say he's a celebrity. We could just say he's a Nickelodeon star because I consider celebrity status as an after. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But a child actor you now see on drugs, homeless, and the first thing people ask is, how did this happen? What happened? People are blaming Hollywood, and they're known for ruining children in the industry. Lindsay Lohan, all the other childhood actors that have literally lost their minds after all their experiences on these shows as young stars, right? So the first thing is, what happened? Well, clearly he's on drugs, and that's gonna be the number one standard of what happened. He's a drug addict. Most drug addicts tend to end up being homeless because they spend all of their money on drugs, right? So when this went viral, his former co-stars of Ned's Declassified, mainly the ones that played Ned, Cookie, and God, I forgot the female's name, but they have a podcast. Now, during their podcast, they had mentioned this situation with Tyler, stating that they had no clue that this was going on. They clearly haven't kept in touch with Tyler, which is understandable. A lot of people, especially like if you're not main cast, Tyler was kind of a main character. You did see him a lot in the show, but the main three are the ones who obviously kept in contact. At some point, decided to get together to make a podcast to kind of keep the momentum going. But they probably haven't talked to everyone who took part in the show. So they were very shocked with seeing this video go viral. Obviously, they expressed concerns and they wanted to help. So Daniel Curtis, who played Cookie on the show, decided to step in. He got a hotel for Tyler, so to get him off the streets. Very next day, an update, Christmas yesterday, Daniel gave an update stating that they got him the hotel, but shortly after, he got a call from management, very upset because apparently Tyler had destroyed the hotel and it was removed from the premises. Now Tyler is back on the streets. Daniel also mentioned that he was in contact with Tyler's family, and basically the family had pretty much exposed like what the real issue was with Tyler. Tyler has been diagnosed with bipolar, and he's also has schizophrenia. So he's with the drugs because he refuses help. He refuses any kind of help from his family, which is why he has been out there for some time. His family has said he's been out there, he's been struggling with these issues for decades, right? So now the update is that he has been picked up once again, because once he was back on the streets, people were filming, and he was picked up off the streets and sent to a hospital where he is on a 72-hour hold, and they're going to send him to rehab. Okay. Hope you had a good Christmas too, Katie. Appreciate it. I didn't watch any of these shows. I have no idea about this person other than the fact that he's a washed up actor that is homeless. People be using him right now. Now, I'm going to get to that because that comment right there, people are using him. Here's the thing, right? I understand the optics of it. Looks bad, right? Everyone's been making videos. I've seen so many people on social media talk about the exploiting him and all this stuff. But here's the thing. If it wasn't for the fact that somebody filmed him and posted it to the internet in the first place, he would not be sitting in a hospital right now. I mean, he's probably been in and out of hospital, but now people actually want to help him. There are enough people that will push to get him the help he clearly desperately needs. Okay, so I understand people saying, well, they need to stop filming it and getting him help. Clearly, the help that they were getting in private wasn't working. So now that this has been being brought to the public eye, and now everybody's aware of it, everyone's talking about it, it is now forcing hands with the family, because I'm sure the family had given up on him. The family have had to have given up on him for him to be out there on the streets looking like that in the first place, right? And on top of that, again, it's tough because he clearly, they say he didn't want the help. Okay, but here's the thing about that. You do understand that if somebody is a danger to themselves or others, you can have them sectioned. I hope that they have taken that, and I'm just going to say that I don't know if they have taken those steps, but you can section somebody, meaning that you are forcing interventions, meaning that now you can force that person to get the help, right? So I get when people say that, but it's like the quote exploiting that people are bitching about is actually the thing that's getting him the help he clearly needs. Well, he needs to be in rehab. Well, he's not going to go voluntarily. He's going to have to be forced to get help at this point. So for me, what makes me mad and why I wanted to talk and vent about it and pisses me off is the fact that the internet always thinks they know what the fuck's going on and they know what's fucking best. I have seen so many ignorant ass comments involving this man's situation that I'm sitting here like, do you guys actually want this fucking you to get help? Or do you guys just want to be part of the conversation because you're hoping that it'll get you fucking more clicks yourself? Because I feel like the exploitation is going all around, including the people that are concerned trolling on fucking social media right now. Because again, if you've never dealt with a person with a drug addiction, sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Okay? Number one. Number two, this dude does not want to get help. His family had said so. And I'm telling you, from experience with dealing with drug addicts, okay? When a drug addict is not trying to help themselves, there is nothing a family member can do except for try to section them. And sometimes a section won't always work because, again, you cannot take somebody's human rights away, even if you know it's what's best for them. Okay? Why do you think in the emergency room, they can't force you to stay there and get treatment? You know you need treatment. You have an infection. You know you need a prescription for antibiotics. But you can choose not to and choose to let yourself die. Risk of dying from infection, right? You cannot take away someone's human rights. So it makes it a gray area for a lot of people when you're trying to help somebody. And you also have to remember, when you're dealing with a drug addict, especially one that is bipolar and has schizophrenia, it's already hard enough with those two mental illnesses to deal with a person, but add drugs to the mix. You're dealing with somebody who can wake up one day, be normal, and then the next day be fucking violent. Now, a lot of the reports say that he has not been violent on the streets. There's no been signs, but he has had some trouble with the law for stealing and trespassing and stuff like that. But again, you're dealing with somebody who has a drug addiction, which means they probably have stolen a lot of things from their family, which means the family's not too happy with them and they had to get rid of them. You can't stay here anymore because you got too many problems. We can't deal with it. Now, I know people were blaming the family members too, but again, tell me you haven't dealt with a drug addict without telling me you haven't dealt with a drug addict. You know what I'm saying? 100%, Dust, 100%. He needs to be locked up somewhere for his own safety, right? And whether that's jail, right? Because sometimes people get better in prison, you know, without having access to the hard drugs. Like, yes, drugs can get into facilities. We know this, but like he could possibly get better, right? But either way, the internet always thinks they know what the fuck to do in situations that they're not a part of. And that's what pisses me off about it. Like, they're giving the co-stars a hard time. The first thing that came out when this went viral is, how come the co-stars from Ned's Declassified, how come Daniel and those other two people, like, why they have a whole podcast? Why weren't they helping him? Right? So then one of them does. One of them steps up and tries to help, puts him in a hotel, and he's documenting it to update everybody. Because again, everyone's mad about the filming. It went viral. The internet now knows what's going on. They're documenting it to update the internet for everyone concerned about him. That's why they're filming. They're filming to let us know, the ones that are concerned, the ones who saw it and they're like, holy shit, I hope he's okay. Why won't somebody help him? Then the co-stars help and they're like, they're exploiting him for clicks. I don't understand what is more important to you all right now. That this man gets help. Here's the thing. For argument's sake, say they are exploiting him for clicks. Is he getting help? That's all I care about at the end of the day. He needs to get help. And if these people are helping him, well, guess what? They deserve the clicks. And people didn't even take into consideration that all this attention that they're getting, all the donations they're probably getting from people who want to help, are going to go to help him, right? So which is it, guys? Do you want him to get help, or do you just want him to just, I don't know. Like, I don't understand. I do not understand what y'all really expect to happen in this situation. But I've seen so many people, so many YouTubers, like I love some of y'all, but y'all be disappointing me sometimes with this whole not thinking about this situation. They need to stop filming and help him. They're filming to make sure that everybody knows what's going on with him, right? They filmed him in the first place and brought awareness to his situation. No one really gave a fuck about him for however long he was out on those fucking streets, high out of his mind, smelling like ass, looking dirty and unkempt. No one cared about this dude until somebody recorded it and put it on the internet. And now y'all are bitching about people recording him and putting him on the internet. Make it make sense. He's on a 72-hour hold, which I guarantee you probably wouldn't have happened. None of this situation goes so viral like it did without the public being alarmed about what's going on with this young man. Okay? Now he's in a 72-hour hold and going to rehab. Now, will he stay in rehab considering the fact that he is very reluctant to get help? And by the way, for those of you who don't understand, 72 hours to get the shit out of his system, to get the drugs he's on out of his system for 72 hours. That's why he's in the hospital first for 72 hours. Because again, this is stuff you people on the internet don't know about because you probably haven't dealt with somebody who is an addict or has all of these problems. So he's in there for 72 hours so they can flush out the drugs out of his system. So in hopes that he can make the conscious, smart decision to consent to getting help. Now, when he goes to rehab, most rehabs, they don't force you to stay there. You can check yourself out. Now, his family had said they have sent him to rehab multiple times, and he has relapsed multiple times. Again, the internet loves to put blame where they don't understand. The family has said they tried, and I believe them. I believe they tried to get him help. I also believe that he said no. You know? It's absolutely appalling how the internet likes to pretend that they give a shit sometimes, and they don't really understand. It's infuriating. You're dealing with a fucking person, a person's life here. You know? Acting like y'all care about it, but then bitching about people filming it. Like, I don't understand. I don't have an issue with them filming it. I am glad they're filming it so we know what's going on. Because if you care about this dude, you're going to want to update. Hey, how's Tylor doing? And now here's the thing. This is a hot topic this week. Keep that same energy in a month or so. Maybe that's what Tylor needs. Maybe that's why he started doing drugs and crashed out. You know, it's hard when you're on a hit TV show. And yes, I know some of y'all say you haven't seen the show, but it was a hit TV show. You know, so you have people who see this hit TV show, see an actor fall from grace, and they will. And most of the time, it's because after that hit TV show, they can't find work. They can't find other gigs. None of the actors that I recall on Ned's Declassified have really done anything since Ned's Declassified. All right, it was like a one-hit wonder. So I mean that can take a toll on somebody psychologically, especially with already having the issues they have. Right. Right. People clout chase and film the homeless before. I think some can genuinely be protective, but this can help Tylor. He probably forgot. Right. And that's why I titled it how the quote exploiting might have saved his life. Because it has. It potentially had saved his life. You know? Again, we don't know how long he's been out there. His family said he's been like this for a long time. No one cared about this man on the streets. No one cared about him on the streets until somebody put their phone up and recorded it and posted it online. You see how that works? Do you understand how that works? And the thing is, if he wasn't a child actor, I guarantee you nobody still would give a fuck. They would just say, oh, that's sad. I hope they get help. You have a pouring outrage of fucking people on the internet wanting to know what happened to this dude and wanting him to get help. If he was not on a TV show, would y'all actually give a shit? You know there's plenty more like him out there. Plenty more like him are out there. But because he was on a TV show, now we care. Because people are filming it, now we're upset that people are filming a person going through something. But that filming is the reason why he is in the hospital right now. It's probably the reason why his family right now are probably trying to get back in the picture, because I guarantee you they gave up on him until now it went viral, and now they're under the microscope. What are y'all over there doing? Now his family's probably reaching out. Maybe that's what he needs, but no, let's be internet people and think that we know better for somebody we don't know and don't care about outside of this being a hot topic right now. Because after a week or two goes by, y'all don't give a fuck. Y'all are going to move on to the next subject. Y'all aren't going to go back and ask what happened. This happens all the time with celebrity news, guys. Again, I know y'all hate me bringing up but fucking Ezra Miller, because that is the one thing that still to this day will piss me off, bro. So many people so mad about that whole shit with Ezra Miller don't even know the names of the fucking alleged victims. You sit there and tell me when that Ezra Miller situation happened, no one cares about what happened to that little girl he allegedly groomed. We don't talk about that no more. No one's concerned about what happened to that little girl that he allegedly groomed, right? Because it's no longer a hot topic. We move on so quickly. But in the moment, we're going to act like we care. We're going to act like we give a shit. Y'all don't give a shit, and it shows with how you guys are responding and reacting to everything being put out there about this man right now. All the updates, the videos. Oh my God, they're exploiting him. They're doing it for clout and clicks. Oh my God, how about thank you for at least trying to get him off the streets and give him a fucking bed and a fucking shower that he clearly didn't use, but still, thank you, Daniel, for taking time out of your life for somebody you probably haven't seen in a very, very, very long time and trying to help him, where everybody on the internet's just sitting there on fucking Twitter and social media talking about, oh my God, that's so sad. I hope somebody helps him. I hope somebody helps. And then somebody does. And what do you guys say? Oh, they're just clout chasing. They're just doing it for clicks. This is disgusting. Y'all are the most fucking indecisive fucks I've ever had the displeasure of encountering on this fucking internet. Like, y'all really are on some special type of stupid shit right now. And that's why it pisses me off, because I actually care about this dude. And when I say I care about this dude, like, I care about anyone I see on the streets like this. I am that bitch that'll see a homeless person, stupidly give him like $5, knowing damn well it's probably not going to food. I'll give him a bottle of water. I'll go buy a fucking homeless person food. How many of y'all actually done shit for homeless people or drug addicts for y'all to sit there on the internet and talk about how you give a fuck about the situation with Tylor? Because again, Tylor is not the only homeless drug addict on them streets. But because he was on a TV show, because he was a child star, y'all care. Oh my God. And I guarantee you the majority of people talk about this didn't even watch Ned's Declassified either. So when I see articles talk about the fans, what fans? Some fans, sure, but not all these people talk about the story, even watch the goddamn show. Okay? They're the ones, if anything, you could talk about clout chasing. The ones talking about it, not even knowing what the fucking situation is, not caring to wait for fucking updates, just want to report it as it goes on. That's the difference between me and all these other people. I will wait till a story has enough information to talk about it. I'm not going to just jump on it because it's a hot topic in the heat of the moment. I want to wait for everything to come out. So that way, when I talk about it, I don't have to do another fucking conversation and say, hey guys, an update. Hey guys, an update. Like, there's got to be enough information. And if there is another update, sure. But like, people just jumping on it, including these Twitter users, these YouTubers, and y'all the ones talk about these motherfuckers clout chasing. What are you doing? What are y'all doing? Let's not act like you ain't talking about on a monetized channel getting super chats and y'all ain't capitalizing on it. Because like I said, after a week or month goes by, you guys don't give a fuck about Tylor no more. Now, if the Ned's Declassified cast members bring him on their podcast once he gets clean and sober, right? If they bring him on the podcast to talk about it, is that going to be exploiting? If they offered him some kind of work or something, is that them exploiting? I want to know what's the difference between exploiting and help, I guess. Right? Well, you don't got to film everything, bro. People film stupid shit all the time. First of all, how many times you see somebody watching somebody get their ass beat and just record it instead of do something about it? And I know y'all be watching those fucking fight videos too online. Don't act like you don't sit there and watch all these fight videos and knowing for a second thinks, damn, you know what could stop this fight from getting to this point is the person sitting there filming it and putting it online. You could have stopped that before somebody got in fucking trouble. You could have stopped that before somebody got hurt. But instead, for Instagram though, for the TikTok, you know, for the YouTube, I'm just saying, it's really a sad time we've gone to where it's like people are more focused about people filming him rather than him getting help. Like, oh my God, look at all these people filming themselves helping him. They're totally exploiting him. Mr. Beast has been dealing with this ever since Mr. Beast started doing this shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if Mr. Beast films himself helping people and he gets paid for it. You know where that money goes to? Helping more people. The ends justify the means with Mr. Beast. That's why I can't stand it when people get on Mr. Beast for helping people. How dare you, Mr. Beast, film yourself helping children see for the first time by giving them money to get fucking surgery to help them see for the first time in their lives. How dare you exploit those children, Mr. Beast? How much did Mr. Beast make for those videos, by the way? Probably thousands and thousands of dollars that he then invests in helping more people. Yes, he films it, but it doesn't help these people. Are these people complaining? No, they're not, because they can see again. They have homes now. People were able to buy groceries thanks to Mr. Beast. And they still complain about Mr. Beast. Just help the people. It's really that simple. Just help the people. I don't care if it's filmed. I like seeing that. Don't you guys like seeing the good in humanity sometimes? Don't you like to see that? No, the internet is so brain rotted now because now they find fault in everything. A good deed is now complained about by people on the internet because it's filmed. I like seeing the faith in humanity being restored when I see people filming themselves doing kind gestures. I don't care if it's beneficial to them. You out there doing some good in the world. Meanwhile, most of you motherfuckers are out there bitching about how fucking they made Stranger Things gay. That's what y'all's priorities are. Let's bitch about fucking Stranger Things being woke bullshit now instead of actually caring about people helping people. Make that make sense. Spoiler alert, Will is gay, but we knew that since last season. I don't know why people acted fucking brand new about it. Like, if you were watching last season of Stranger Things and you couldn't tell that Will was going to be gay, then you're fucking stupid and you probably should have fucking stopped watching the show because you clearly weren't paying the fuck attention. Will is 100% gay. That shit was apparent when he was showing feelings that he had for his best friend Mike. Go fuck yourselves. But that's what y'all focus on, is bullshit like that instead of actually giving a shit about people. Now I can read the comments. My rant's over for now. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. I had to get that off my damn chest. I have to get out that had to get off my damn chest. Oh, well, that explains why they didn't experience any weird shit from Dan Schneider. And the thing is, right, real quick, the thing with the Ned Declassified, the 3 stars of this show, right? They had some backlash when that Quiet on the Set show came out because they kind of mocked it a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they kind of fucking fucked up there. You know, they were mocking it, especially when Drake Bell, when Drake Bell was in Quiet on the Set and talked about what happened to him, they kind of mocked it. I'm not gonna lie, they kind of mocked it. And that's another reason why a lot of people are probably holding them like they are, talking about, oh, they're just doing this for clicks and shit. And I'm like, bro, I don't care. Is Tyler getting help? He needs the help. That's all that matters. He needs the help. It's absolutely infuriating when the internet always feels like they have to chime in on shit they don't know anything about. Oh, I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have. I don't really watch the podcast. I only heard about them after their reaction to Quiet on the Set. And again, it's not out of the norm seeing child actors from Nickelodeon, Disney, obviously because those are the biggest kid-friendly programs, right? It's not really too crazy when you've seen it multiple times. Lindsay Lohan, Amanda Bynes, even hell, Britney Spears had it rough because she started off when she was a kid. She was on the Mickey Mouse Club with Justin Timberlake. Right now, Justin Timberlake's going through some shit. Like, when you get older and you've grown up in the spotlight, it definitely takes a toll on your mental state, especially when you're a child, bro. Like, you give up your childhood to be an adult, and that fucks with you, And then you're hanging around a bunch of other adults, and that fucks with you, and they fuck with you. So, I mean, you have to understand that when you see a child actor as an adult going through it, the first thing I think about is what the fuck happened to you in Hollywood. Now, it could be an extreme, like in Amanda Bynes' case, right? Or Jeanette McCurdy, where something clearly happened when they were kids, when they were on these projects, right? Could be something like that, or it could be just the stress of being a child and being in a child show and trying to grow up and grow out of that role, and it being a struggle for you, because you got a taste of notoriety, you got a taste of fame, you got a taste of all that money. And now you're older and nobody wants to hire you anymore. You don't have the look that they want. You don't have the talent that they're looking for. So, like, that could also cause depression. I see people talking about this Kai Cenat stuff, and Kai talks about being depressed and stuff, and how can you be depressed or successful? Look at all the money you make. Bro, Heath Ledger, Robin Williams, Chester Bennington. Those are just 3 celebrities that ended their lives, and they were top tier celebrities. Robin Williams was the biggest shock because his entire career was to bring happiness to other people with laughter, and he took his life. Success doesn't mean happiness at all. You can't buy happiness. Does money make it easier for you to live? So maybe you could be a little more happy with certain things? Sure. But just because you fixed one problem doesn't mean all of the other issues you have can be fixed with money. Mental health is a problem that you can't fix with money. So again, it just breaks my heart to see this young man like this, not getting the help he needs. But it also infuriates me seeing how the internet is reacting to all this and the shit that they're saying. Like, y'all just tell me you don't care without telling me you don't care. The concern trolling is a problem for me. Because like I said, and I will keep harping this, and a few weeks from now, no one's going to care about this dude. No one's going to really talk about this dude. Heath Ledger didn't do it. It was an accident. No, it wasn't an accident. It was not an accident. You do understand people do purposely overdose, right? People do purposely overdose. And Heath Ledger had been struggling with depression for a long time. Bro, if you took sleeping pills, here's the thing. When you take sleeping pills and you overdose on sleeping pills, that is intentional, CJH. You can take a certain amount of sleeping pills to make you go to sleep. But again, he has had depression for a long time. He had been struggling. That had come out after he died. It was definitely an intentional thing. I know I have a friend who intentionally overdosed. I'm just saying it definitely was a self-deletion. Michael Jackson might be an accident on his end, but not Heath. Yeah, Michael Jackson definitely was an accident. Ain't no way Michael Jackson was like that. Michael Jackson was out of all the controversies Michael Jackson had in his time. I'm pretty sure he would have self-deleted a long time ago. That man was accused of being a predator, but still beloved by millions. Make that make sense. I still don't think he did it, but that's another discussion for another time. I think the Joker broke him. I don't know what happened. like I said, when it comes to self-deletion, it's the only thing I say, because people will always try to figure out why this person did it, why this person did that, and I'm just like, they lost their battle with their demons. That's it. Like, sitting here trying to figure out the exact reason, pointing fingers, it doesn't help. Just with like Jason David Frank, everyone wants to figure out why Jason Frank did what he did. He lost his battle with depression. He was very vocal about it. He made videos about it. He talked about his substance abuse issues. He talked about his depression. He lost a lot of loved ones. He lost his battle. That's what happened. Everyone wanted to blame his wife. Oh my God, they were getting a divorce. That's what it was. Like, it could have been a contribute to it. It could have contributed to his decision, but that doesn't mean that was the only reason, you know? So again, we don't always know what goes on in people's personal lives, but the internet always likes to assume. And when we assume, you already know the saying, makes an ass out of you and me. But for the most part, I'm more upset that people are upset of seeing people trying to help him and then calling these people clout chasers and saying they're doing it for clicks and views. At this point, I'm kind of just like, so the fuck what? I don't care. As long as they're actually helping him. As long as he's getting help. For me, I don't care as long as he's getting help. Now, if after the fact, sure, I'll be with y'all. But I don't care what happens until this man gets help he clearly needs. Okay? And if a few good people, like genuine good people that are doing this for the good reasons, are getting notoriety and clicks off of it and money off of it, good. Good. They deserve it. Because they're doing way more than what everybody else is doing, but bitching and moaning on the fucking internet about it. Okay? I'd rather them get the attention for it. I'd rather them get the clicks for it. Because they're actually doing something. Meanwhile, we're all sitting here bitching and pissing and crying about it on the fucking Twitters like it's going to help this man. All y'all do is fucking bitch and piss and moan on the internet and don't do shit. Then when somebody wants to do shit, y'all want to bitch and piss about that too. Y'all want your fucking cake and eat it too? Well, guess what? You ain't getting no cake, honey. Let this man get help. Let who wants to help him. I'm glad it's being documented. I want to know if this motherfucker's okay. Y'all don't clearly want to know if this motherfucker's okay. CJH, this will be a very controversial question. How do you feel about what's going on with Bruce Willis and him suffering like this? I haven't kept up with Bruce Willis. The only thing I knew about Bruce Willis is he has a condition which is preventing it, which he had to stop acting. He had to basically retire because his condition was going to make him basically like not be able to be vocal or really coherent. So I don't really know what the situation really fully going on with Bruce Willis. Wasn't his mom telling people to not help him out or something? So, in fairness, right? This is a cranky Christmas. This Christmas was yesterday. So here's the thing, Crane, right? In fairness to the mom, right? Again, when you're dealing with an addict, especially with an addict, let's take the bipolar and schizophrenia to the side, right? With a regular drug addict, okay? That is an understandable and actually smart thing to say because, again, they already lived with this person, right? So I'm assuming this, but just I would say, I'm not even saying it's speculating. Okay, at this point, I'm going to speculate that when you're dealing with an addict, one thing is always true about every addict. They will steal from you. They will steal from you and take your shit to get money to support their drug addiction. Almost every single drug addict you have ever encountered will tell you, yeah, I stole from my family. That's why they usually tend to not allow them to stay home. That's why they kick them out. That's why they end up on the streets, you know? Or they're also violent because they're high, so they'll start breaking shit. So when you have somebody saying, don't help this person, it's usually because of that. Like, this person's going to steal from you. We've tried to help him and all we got was robbed. All we got was attacked physically. Like, you know, don't help him because it's going to end up fucking you over at the end of the day. So, I mean, as much as I get it, but you have to understand from a family's perspective, if you are trying to help somebody who's an addict, it definitely is hard. You know, you got to lock your shit up, especially if you got little ones at home. You cannot have an addict living in your house, you know? So I don't blame the mom for saying that, because that to me sounds like something happened. He was definitely in a pretty shitty state where he was probably doing some crazy shit at home, which they're like, yeah, we can't help you. You don't help him. He can't be helped. He don't want the help, you know? And I mean, I get it, but you got to understand, we don't know how bad it was at home. It had to have been bad, in my opinion, because he's on them streets looking like that. So, I mean, I get you, though. You know? I don't want to butcher that, but Bruce has, okay, hold on. Okay, I think I can say it. Bruce has frontotemporal dementia, so he can't speak because of where it affects the brain. Yeah. I do remember, I didn't know what the condition was called. I just know that it meant he couldn't really talk, and he has memory issues. I agree. Tylor seemed to react better because the help came from his castmates and not his family. I mean, it's also because he hasn't seen it. So that could be a double-edged sword, right? That could be a double-edged sword, right? Because again, when you're dealing with an addict, they already burned the bridge with the family. So the family is already well aware of his behaviors, his tactics, the manipulation, the sob stories. They're done with it, right? Now, when you have a new person in who doesn't know, right? Doesn't know what's going on or what's been going on. This is a new entity, a blank slate. Now you can go ahead and do the same bullshit to that new person. So even though I understand, yeah, it seemed like he reacted better, and probably he was happy to see somebody he was on a show with or whatever, but also being the double-edged sword of, it could also be like, oh, haha, this person doesn't know that I'm about to take him for everything I can so I can keep my drug addiction going. Because again, his family has said that he was not trying to get help. He refused help. So I don't know why he's refusing help. Probably because of schizophrenia has to do with that. My guess is the schizophrenia is definitely contributing to that. And with schizophrenia and bipolar, you need to treat that. And he can't treat the schizophrenia and the bipolar, because you need to take medication for that, while taking the drugs that makes him feel nothing. Like, I don't care about shit. I'm high on bliss with this, So again, there's so many factors that people don't understand about addicts. There's so many factors that people don't understand about schizophrenia and bipolar. And that's why I'm saying the schizophrenia is probably the main cause of him not wanting to get help, because people who are schizophrenic, they literally they think the craziest shit. Like, schizophrenia is all about like make believe theories. Make like for all we know, for example, there are people who have schizophrenia that I know that won't take medication because they believe that the government is using that medication to track their location, okay, and shit like that. So again, people who are very uneducated on the internet, like most people are on the internet, because they don't do their due diligence to educate themselves on these topics before they talk, don't understand that schizophrenia and bipolar alone is tough. Add that to having a drug addiction. That's even tougher, because a drug addiction alone is also tough. Now you got the trifecta, right? You got the triforce going on here, where you got bipolar, you got two mental disorders, schizophrenia and bipolar, and then you have another one, which is a drug addiction. So this dude got all three fucked up things going on with him mentally. And y'all are sitting here trying to make it seem like this is a fucking Band-Aid. Just put a Band-Aid on it. No. And then people talking about, well, they thought that they'd get him in a hotel and that would solve his problems. You can't fix it overnight. No shit, Sherlock, because again, this is the internet not paying the fuck attention to what the fuck was going on. They put him in the hotel to get him off the streets, to get him a bed to sleep in and a shower. Then the next step was to get him into rehab. You people really just thought that they put him in a hotel and that was it? This is how dumb the fucking internet is. They got him off the streets to give them time to find him a rehab, to find a way to get him help, especially when they contacted his family saying he don't want the help. Well, we got to find a way to get him to want the help. But y'all over there talking all this shit online and you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Y'all just read the headlines and just want to make a bunch of assumptions based on the little information y'all are not knowing or even paying attention to what is actually being put out there. That's the saddest part. Most of these people are reading or hearing what's going on and they're not even really listening to what the fuck's being said. Oh, they thought they were going to put him in a hotel. No, that's not what they said. They got him food. They got him a hotel so he could wash his ass and have a bed to sleep in until they found him a rehab. Until they figured out how to help him. How do you help someone who can't help themselves and won't help themselves? Right? Because you legally cannot force somebody to go to rehab. Unless they get a court order. The only other thing that could force him to get the help is going to prison. Like, y'all don't understand that he is still a human. He still has human rights. With all of his mental disabilities, his drug addiction, he still has human rights. He has to consent. He has to say, yes, I want help. He has to commit to stay in rehab. He's clearly been to rehab before. His family said so. He has relapsed every time. How do you help someone who keeps relapsing? But the internet knows best, right? Y'all know what's best for this dude. Y'all know the best steps to take. Y'all don't know shit. That's why y'all sitting on the internet all day bitching and fucking complaining about it. Because y'all don't know shit about this situation. Y'all don't know shit about these fucking conditions. And it shows every time you tweet some stupid shit out there. And I'm mainly talking to the ones that are doing that, not the people who do know, because I know people are going to be like, I have experience. I know what I'm talking about. Shut the fuck up, bitch. No, I'm not talking to you. I'm literally talking to the stupid people talking shit about stuff they do not know or have not experienced themselves. Shut the fuck up. You do not care about Tylor. You are jumping on the fucking bandwagon. Just like you're accusing all these other people for doing and using it for clicks. Y'all are jumping on the bandwagon. With your ignorant ass fucking posts. With your ignorant ass YouTube fucking videos. Shut your fucking mouths, you hypocritical pieces of shit. The dude was on the streets alone on Christmas. And y'all more worried about the fucking people filming themselves helping him and not letting him be completely alone on Christmas. There's a video of random people seeing him on the streets and giving him clothes and shit. Giving him a blanket. Like, what the fuck do you mean they're exploiting him? What are y'all doing? Are y'all finding him and trying to help him? No, shut the fuck up then. Oh my God, I wish his co-stars would help him. Why aren't they helping him? They're such pieces of shit for not helping him. One of them goes out there to help him. Oh my God, why is he recording it? They're exploiting him. They're exploiting him. Crazy. What's up, Juan? No. Everybody wants me to talk about Rican, but why? Why? All he's gonna do is go ahead and dox people. I'm all set. There's other people that are actually more relevant to talk about than him. Yes. Yes, a child star that everyone pretends to give a shit about, but they don't. They just want to bitch and moan about, oh my God, people are recording. People are recording him. Why are they exploiting him? Why are they exploiting him? Well, if it wasn't for the quote, exploiting, he wouldn't be in a hospital right now getting fucking help. Like, what the fuck? He's getting help, but we'll see how long it sticks. Because again, he's relapsed multiple times. He has schizophrenia and he's bipolar, bro. Like, again, human rights. You cannot force somebody to do it. Maybe this will be his wake-up call. Maybe this going viral. Maybe if he sobers up and sees himself plastered all over mainstream media and sees all of the fucking comments that, maybe that'll be his wake-up call. So again, y'all sitting here talking all this shit. Maybe all these videos of people recording him, because you know what? He probably doesn't even fucking know this is happening because he's so fucking high and so fucked up. He probably doesn't even know all this shit's happening. For a sober mind to see how fucking far they've fallen, that has to be the rock bottom, right? So for everyone bitching about everyone filming it, he has to sober up and see it. This is you, buddy. This is what you've become. Don't you want to get help? Don't you want to be better? But y'all are thinking about the negative. All negative. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, y'all are just trash. Stop acting like you care, please. Right. Or if you're section, that's why I said, like, I don't know if they've tried to section him. I think he said that he's 33, 34. He's in his 30s. I know I said, I don't know if they tried to section him, but I think sectioning him would be the best thing for him. But I don't know if they took those steps and it just didn't stick. But like I said, they kept saying that they got him help, and he relapsed a bunch of times. 36? Damn, he's almost 40. That's crazy. That's sad. That's absolutely sad. How did he get like this? That's the biggest question, right? So again, I know I keep mentioning the bipolar schizophrenia, but for him who just came in, so he has bipolar and he has schizophrenia. I'm assuming, ass out of me and you, okay, that he self-medicated. That's my assumption. But I also speculate that it might be due to the fact that he couldn't really get much acting after Ned's declassified, which could have put him into a severe depression. That's also a common trait with child actors, but we don't 100% know. All we know is he is on drugs. He has a drug addiction, and with drug addiction, that's how you end up like that. See, that's nice. I like that. We have a store in our neighborhood called the Free Store, where a lot of us help out over there, and they help homeless also. Yeah. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, guys, he's getting the help. That's the update. He's on a 72-hour hold at the hospital, most likely to get the drugs out of his system, and then they're going to send him off to rehab. Mainly to get the drugs out of the system so he can be more sound of mind, to make the decision to go to rehab. Hopefully he stays in there. Hopefully he sticks up. I'm going to wait if there is an update. And when I say that if there's an update, if months, probably, hopefully he will get help and will be okay. But I just get so mad at the internet just going off on some stupid fucking Twitter posts talking about, oh my God, why aren't people recording? Shut the fuck up. Please shut the fuck up. Please. Y'all know shit about what you're talking about. He doesn't know he's loved. Hopefully he realizes it, because if not, he won't get... I mean, I would hope that he sees the internet's, reaction and support. I really hope that does help him. That's, again, another reason why I'm glad that people are recording it and posting it online. I'm glad that his co-star documented it to update everybody that he has been in contact and he's there. He was there trying to help, even after... he did a post to update everyone and told everyone how, the hotel situation didn't really help. He didn't seem like he was upset, but at the same time, he was just like, this is a shame. He blames the state. He's like, y'all got to do better with helping these homeless people, but we don't know all this. We don't know everything, right? Not everything is put out there. So we can only speculate based on what's publicly available, which is, I'm going to speculate he probably did go to homeless shelters, probably got kicked out of the homeless shelter, because when you're in a homeless shelter, they have rules too, and he probably got kicked out of the homeless shelter. For all we know, that could have been a possibility too. So we don't know what's going on in this man's life, but the internet do what the internet do. And I'd like to do these streams and give my opinion because I want people to understand, like, there are other people out there who are a little bit more knowledgeable than y'all about this shit and how it goes down. You know, based on what's publicly available, like y'all are just reacting to for the sake of reacting. Y'all don't actually care or do your due diligence to research any of these situations before you fucking spout your nonsense. That's true too. Even just being schizophrenic can end you on the streets homeless without a drug addiction. I see that around my neighborhood also. Yep, it can happen. Schizophrenia is a big one. Schizophrenia, I would say bipolar is not as bad as having schizophrenia. Because schizophrenia definitely, like, you are not there, man. You schizophrenic people got a lot of issues. And it's sad. It's sad. That's also true too. A lot of places won't give you housing if you're not clean. A lot of hotels won't take you if you're high when you go in there. I know. It's just sad. So I hope he gets help. I really do. Where's the dude's parents? I mean, they kind of had to give up on him. That's basically what it comes down to. Like, people always say we're the family, and I'm like, y'all don't know how bad drug addicts can be. Like, y'all have not lived with a drug addict. Y'all don't know how bad it is with a drug addict. You know, they spend all their money on drugs. Where's the money? How can they get their next fix? Well, I know mom's got some nice jewelry. You know, I know dad's got some cool fancy devices I can pawn off and sell to somebody for some drugs. You know, so now you have a thief in your house, and it's somebody that you love and you care about stealing from you so they can get their next high. You know, and then when you try to call them out and hold them accountable, they crash out and things can get violent. And now you're fist fighting with your loved one because you know that's not your loved one anymore. Like, drugs change you. You are not you when you're on drugs. So his family, I don't blame his family. I'm sure they did all they could do, but like, they have to live their life too. This is a grown ass adult now. You know, he has to be responsible for himself. His parents can only do so much. But again, if he don't want to help himself, what can you do with somebody who doesn't want to help themselves? But at the end of the day, guys, like I said, just when you see these stories, please don't just jump on the bandwagons. Please don't just jump on the most favorable opinion of, oh, we shouldn't be exploiting him, recording him, and all this bullshit. Like, understand the situation. More so, want this person to get help. Stop worrying about the people filming it. I'm glad they're filming it so we know what's going on with this man. I'm curious to see if he's going to stay clean. You know, I hope he does. I hope that when he gets clean, I hope that people really do take him seriously, try to help him so he can get back to work, be a functioning member of society, you know? So with that said, guys, that's all I got for the stream. Hope you guys had a great Christmas, and New Year's is coming up. So, you know, we'll see what the new year brings. And like I said, nobody's going to talk about this after this week. After this week, no one's going to talk about it at this point, because that's just what everyone does. You know, oh, we care right now, but then we're going to find something else to care about, you know, in a few days or whatever. We're going to not care about this story. But yeah, y'all have a great one. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm just going to end the stream. I got to go to the bathroom. Peace.